Alright, probably everything off the tape. Oh. Organize the ones that you have priced already.
Yeah, sure. I mean, most of these are still local too.
Alright, so the rest of the stuff is unpriced.
I'll do $1 each on those.
Alright.
2 for 3?
Alright.
I hope I can make this more confusing.
It's okay. Let's put like this second angle.
Or, you know what? We could stick there on 50 cents and make that $4. Or for, yeah, no. Yeah, that's free. Fuck it.
Okay.
But it's right there, free.
Alright.
$1 each, it's fine. I need a couple bucks. I want one.
Okay.
50 cents. 50 cents. 2?
Yeah. Okay. That's this pile here.
2.
Okay.
3.
Alright.
Yeah. $2. Brand new.
Yep.
$2. I'll do this for $4.
I put this in the pile. I didn't mean to.
I hear you so much. It's like, oh, okay. $2. Do more if the cover was better, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna do 5 on these 2. I could do a little less. I could do 4. Brand new.
Yeah. Let me pass the photo frenzy though.
Okay. Yeah, I'll give that to 2. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
That's fine. I do $1 on this. 2 on this. This is a nice label. $2. 2. This one I gotta get 3 on.
3?
Yeah.
Alright.
2.
Okay. Put it on the 2 pile.
I'll give this one $1.
Alright.
That's 2. Sure. 3. $1. You want this? $1?
Sure, I'll take it right now. I'll give it a try. It looks interesting.
And you need this controller?
Yeah. We have these controllers and then these.
You can do,
Oh, the PS1 controllers. How much were you asking per game?
Some are 5, some are 10, some are 15. Some are 2.
What are we looking at? Oh, these were $2.
Oh, okay.
I just want to see what you're asking for this stuff first. For these.
Yeah. But based on what I priced, I mean, I like did research on the internet and everything.
Okay.
I like priced everything about at least 50% off, if not more.
Okay.
Based on the prices that they are currently, all that together is over 400, but I'll give it all to you for 300. He's doing the prices.
Alright, let me count the games. Look through them.
Alright, maybe Fail. Thank you. The calculator.
Yeah.
More PS3 and some newer games as well. If you want to take a- These are the PSPs. I priced some at 5 and some at 10, but if you're interested, you can just, they're all for 5.
Oh, okay.
Newer PS3 games, including the new Metal Gear,
PS4 games. Yeah.
and a couple of PS4 games, and a new Vita game.
Hey YouTube, I'm here to show my video game finds for the second week of September 2015. Overall, pretty awesome week. There was a citywide. Obviously, the last 2 weeks I didn't shoot any video. I did go garage sailing 2 weeks ago. Last week was Labor Day weekend. I actually went to Dragon Con. It's a pretty awesome event. Debating if I go next year, maybe or maybe not, depending how my schedule goes. Like I said, 2 weeks ago I did go garage sailing, but the pickups were pretty slim. This week, totally opposite. A ton of games. I think only one handheld console this week, but a ton of games. You probably saw the spy footage. Hopefully I got some spy footage of the 2 major pickups. Thrifting wise was pretty busy this week. A family member came into town, so I couldn't go thrifting that much this weekend or this week. So no thrifting pickups. Everything was garage sales either on Saturday, which there was a citywide, and Thursday, Friday there was a posting for a estate sale. They said they had PlayStation 2 games there, but they had a lot more games other than just PS2 games. So I'll go through what I picked up at the estate sale. Obviously at estate sales you pay a little bit more. I actually went there Thursday, and I think they were asking $5 a game, and then on Friday I went back because I missed one game. They only charged me $2 for that game, so I definitely probably should have waited till Friday, but you never know, right? Someone else might show up and buy some games. I did leave quite a few games behind on Thursday, and when I showed up there were very few games left on Friday, but it's probably a chance I probably should have taken, but it's alright. Show you what I got there. First, I paid $87 for everything, because $5 on Thursday and then on one game on Friday, which was $2. Wild 9 for the PS1, and then a sealed copy of Kill Switch for the PS2, and then a few long box PS1 games. This one the most expensive of them all. Discworld, Warhawk, Descent, Arcade's Greatest Hits, and Total Eclipse. So those were all the long box PS1 games. Only picked up one PS2 game. They said a PS2 console, but someone must have showed up before me. One Super Nintendo game in the box, NFL football. When I opened this up, it looked like no one actually opened it. The game was still wrapped in its plastic foil, but only one Super Nintendo game for $5. And then a stack of NES games. Not the greatest of titles. Pinball Quest, Solace, MC Kids, Paperboy, Kickle Cubicle, Disney's Adventure, Bugs Bunny, Videomation, Mickey Mouse Capade, and then this is the one I left behind. I actually had it, and I was debating, and then I left it behind, and then I picked it up again. Miss Pac-Man, the gray card version. Definitely probably should not have left it behind, but still got very lucky and showed up on Friday and got it. Also on Friday, I picked up at the same estate sale Atari 5200. I'll show you the games probably next week. Just this week I got so many games to go through, and I don't have that much time to sort through that stuff. So I had it in my hand on Thursday, And some guy said, "Oh, this is mine." He already made a pile. And then on Friday, apparently he didn't like the price on Thursday, so I picked it up on Friday. Originally they wanted 100. I just threw $60. I said, "Would you take 60?" They said, "Sure," on Friday. So Saturday was a citywide. There's 2 garage sales with the footage. One of them was not in the citywide. The first one they actually posted. There's going to be some old school games. I got there really early. And then the other one said they had PlayStation games in citywide, so I hit that one as well. But I'll show you the small finds first. And they were both, these were probably between the 2 finds. This was between the 2 finds. 50 cents a piece only. NCA 06 for March Madness for the Xbox. Picked up 2 of them. Only $1 for both of them. It was sealed, so I just picked it up. And then Wii Sports Resort was $5. I had the garage sale. And then this was 2 for $5. FIFA 10, FIFA 11. I made a mistake and didn't realize these were the PAL versions. I did make a comment. I was like, "Why is Rooney on both these covers?" Then I realized when I was listing them that they were the PAL versions. But still, it's all right for 2 for $5. Not a bad deal. And then a very late pickup, garage sale pickup. Yeah, stack of Xbox games. It was like 11 o'clock, way past the other 2 major finds. So I'll get through these. Probably not the best of titles, but he only wanted 50 cents a piece, and I was just like, okay, I'll just take everything here. I mean, 50 cents for video games is a really awesome deal. Blazing Angels 2 for the Xbox 360, Mercenaries 2, Left 4 Dead 2, Left 4 Dead, Battlefield Bad Company 2, it's the only original Xbox game, Worms 4 Mayhem, Oblivion, Rainbow Six, Fable 2, Bad Company, Army of 2, Chrome Hounds, The Outfit, Frontlines. This guy really liked shooters. Grand Theft Auto 4, Brink, Far Cry 2, End War, Burnout, and Battlefield 2. Obviously not the greatest lot of Xbox 360 games, but for only 50 cents, it's really hard to pass that up. And then one other small find. Picked up 1 handheld game. This is the only console I got this week. Really nice condition, the Nintendo Game Boy. I haven't tested it out though. Came with 3 games. You only want $5 for this lot. Sequest, TSV, Tetris, seems like that's always in the lot, and 4-in-1 pack, Volume 2. Looks like some card games that you can play. Actually, it did come with a few of the manuals, I think. Could be all the manuals. Yeah, all 3 of the manuals. And then the manuals for the Game Boy. Actually, I have 2 boxes that can fit this Game Boy, so I might put that bundle together. And it actually had this game light that came with it as well. So for $5, really nice deal. So I'll get right into the last 2 finds. Well, not really the last 2 finds. The very first find on Saturday, the posting was Nintendo and Sega stuff. So I did show up a little bit early, I think 10 minutes early. It's supposed to be 7 o'clock. And he had a ton of games, but not the best of quality games, I would say. Just a ton of games. You probably saw the footage. I paid $130 for everything here. Quite a few games, like I said, a lot of sports titles I left behind. Picked up a few controllers, you probably saw it. I don't have it on the table. 2 GameCube controllers, 1 N64 controller, and a third-party Super Nintendo controller. Kind of threw those in at the end after I re-added everything up. So definitely an odd lot of stuff here. Definitely a weird mixture. Terminator 3 for the Xbox, Destroy All Humans for the Xbox, and then some Sega Saturn games, Virtual Fighter 2, disc only, same with here, Virtual Cop, and then Virtual Fighter. So those were kind of the disc only games. And then I'll go through some of the cartridge games we got. Some Sega Genesis games, cartridge only, Real Monsters, Nickelodeon, 2 columns, 1 Game Boy game, Metroid 2, And then a few more Genesis games, World Illusion starring Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck, NBA Jam, Power Rangers, and finally Jurassic Park Rampage Edition. So, a few other loose Super Nintendo games, only a few, all sports titles though. Tecmo Super Bowl, and then 2 copies of NBA Jam. And finally, some NES games, which he originally posted that he had. 1942, Batman, another really messed up Batman cover. RBI Baseball, Engine Virgin, POW, Double Dragon, Adventure Island, a few more, just 4 more here in my hand. Gauntlet, Tetris, Exodus, and finally the Karate Kid. So those were all, I guess, the loose cartridge stuff. And then there's a few other games I picked up, or quite a few other games. A few in the box, Genesis games, Zoop, or the really beat up case, 1 Sega Mega cartridge, Enduro Racer. Like I said, definitely a weird lot, a lot of different consoles here. Echo the Dolphin, really beat up Miss Pac-Man cover, NBA Jam, Tournament Edition, and Eternal Champions. And then a few other games here. 1 PlayStation game, Japanese. Not sure why I picked this one up. Hikaru no Go, PS1 Japanese, and then a few other PS1 games here. This box. Air Combat, Scooby-Doo, Cyber Chase, Frogger, Rage Racer, Tomb Raider 2, then a few sealed PS1 games, but really not worth that much. Big Water Adventure, Bear in the Big House, Big Blue House, Amazing Virtual Sea Monkeys, Die Hard Trilogy. This is not sealed. Same with Austin Powers Pinball. And then a few DS titles, 1 sealed, Sega Casino, $5, and Sprung. Very odd title. Looks like the dating game. And then 1 Wii title, Monster Lab. This is probably the best pickup of the whole lot here. Star Wars Battlefront for the Xbox. And then a few other games here. A few Xbox titles, a sealed copy of NBA Inside Drive 2002. Ortega. And then a few PS2 titles, Spyro Enter the Dragon, Final Fantasy X. And finally, a few Sega games, long box, either Saturn or CD. Sega Rally for the Sega Saturn. And then 1 Sega CD game, Midnight Racers, and then finally Resurrection Rise 2 for the Sega Saturn. So obviously this was just a weird mixture of games from different consoles. Not sure how he picked some of these up. Some of them had some, I guess, flea market labeling here, so definitely a weird lot. I'm not sure if he bought games for his collection or if he was more like maybe he owned a video game store and just, you know, let it go, or maybe he just had some left over and just trying to get rid of it. So finally, the last pickup, or not really the last pickup, but the final pickup I'm going to show you probably saw. Definitely from what I could tell, he worked for Sony. Most of these games were sealed. Paid quite a bit of money here, $410. It actually worked out to be almost roughly $4 a game, maybe $4.10 a game probably, because it's like roughly 100 games, maybe 102, 103 games here. I'm going to clear the table off and then just go straight through these, show you which ones are sealed. So I'm back. I'm going to show you what I picked up at that one garage sale. Obviously a pretty awesome pickup. Did spend quite a bit of money, but overall really happy with what I got. Did leave quite a bit of stuff behind, but I only had so much money, so that is how it goes sometimes. I'll go through the loosest stuff. Yeah, like a $2 bin, a $5 bin, and a $10 bin. Most of the stuff here is only from the $2 pile. But like I said, everything, if you divide everything, it worked out to be roughly $4 a game. So overall, really happy with this pickup. A few copies of Altered Species. Actually, quite a few copies just because they're only $2 a piece. I'm going to pick up 5 copies. Duke Nukem Forever, F1 2010. Obviously, these are all PS3 games. Family Game Night 4, Plants vs. Zombies, 2 copies. Yakuza, Tekken, Street Fighter 4, Need for Speed Shift 2 Shift 2 Unleashed, limited edition, and then 2 copies of Naughty Bears. And then, I don't know why I picked this one up, Injustice God Among Us. Not a very expensive game, even new. So those are all the disc-only games. And then I'll go through the ones that he opened up and played with. One PS Vita game that he opened up, Virtual Tennis 4. And then the rest were PS3 games, Soul Calibur 4, NCIS, Battlefield, Bad Company 2, Call of Duty Black Ops 2, Metal Gear Solid 4, Call of Eden, Far Cry 3, Binary Domain, Batman Arkham City, Need for Speed Most Wanted, Bulletstorm, and finally 2 more games, Batman Arkham Asylum, and finally Walking Dead, The Survival Instinct. So all those games he opened up and obviously played. And then finally I'm going to go through the games that were all sealed. Pretty much I just wanted all the box stuff. The disc only ones, hard to resell, they're pretty new, I mean PS3 stuff. So go through the PS Vita stuff first. Sonic All-Star Racing, 2 copies of Minecraft, Persona 4, 2 copies of Lego Jima, Luminous, Spy Hunter, Sly Cooper, Tetris, Dragon's Crown, Unit 13, Disgaea 4, sorry, I know, One Piece, Regional Odyssey, and then finally Assassin's Creed 3. Originally he didn't have these out, then he asked me if I wanted some PSP games. I said sure, I'll take a look. He actually brought out some PS4 games. By this time I just didn't even have enough money to buy all the PSP games, so I picked up a few. Bubble Bobble Evolution, actually most of them. Death Jr., Loco Roco 2, R-Type Command, Downstream Panic, Metal Gear Solid, Death Jr. 2, Disgaea, Ultimate Ghost and Goblins, SNK Arcade Classics Volume 1, Gradius, and then finally JNDR for PSP. So finally is the PSP stuff, or PS3, sorry. I just went through the PSP stuff. Like I said, these are all sealed. The first ones I showed you. Mass Effect Trilogy, Dead Space 3, SpongeBob Robotic Revenge, Cabela's African Adventure, Prototype 2, Ratchet Clank Future, Dishonored, Lost Planet 3, Uncharted 3, Jeopardy, Angry Birds Star Wars, Bioshock, Ultimate Rapture Edition, Generator Rex, Cabela's Adventure Camp, and then finally Wheel of Fortune. So a few more stacks here I gotta go through. Definitely one of the better game titles, better pickups. Obviously I have picked up something similar before, I think last year. And this year there was a huge EA lot, and then last year I picked up something who also worked at the same Sony building or warehouse or whatever you want to call it, and had a similar stack of stuff. Air Conflicts Vietnam, Dead Island Riptide, Legends of War, Lunchtime Explosion, Farming Simulator, Dirt Showdown, it's weird, 2 copies of Game of Thrones, Final Fantasy 14, Dark Souls, Ratchet and Clank Full Frontal Assault, Journey Collector's Edition, Epic Mickey 2, Blaze of Time, Body Count, Aliens, Max Payne 3, Castlevania 2, Dragon Ball Z Budokai HD Collection, Birds of Steel, 2 copies of Birds of Steel, another copy of Final Fantasy 14, Disney Affinity without any of the figures, just the game itself, kind of odd. And finally, a few more titles. This is the first one that I grabbed. Catherine, God of War Ascension, BlazBlue, Demon Soul, and then finally a really awesome game. I've played through this, The Last of Us. So those were all the pickups. Obviously, pretty awesome garage sailing Saturday. 2 obviously really great pickups. So really happy with what happened. Last month's been pretty slow, I would say, for me. Next week's another citywide, so hopefully it'll be just as good. And then after that, I think it's going to die down pretty quickly. I might end my season early. Usually here it's all season or all year long, but usually I take November, December, January off. I might take October. We'll see how it goes. If the weather goes bad, hopefully we get more rain. Then I won't garage sale in October. We'll see what happens. Thank you for watching. I know this is going to be a really long video till the end, and I'll see you guys next week, hopefully. See ya.